time for a soccer down here 1v1, and I think it's probably one of the more unique situations that we've ever done a 1v1.
You put some of our midfielders out there.
It's halftime with Atlanta United and New York Red Bulls, and the man's getting mobbed. The head coach of Atlanta United's unified team, Marty Jelleme. Marty, thanks for hanging out.
Oh, thank you very much. Look forward to it.
All right, so let's kind of go back and give a bit of an education. I know folks might have seen the result that happened on the weekend, 3-1 win over Red Bulls United. How did you get involved with the United side?
So probably about 6 years ago, I was running a group called Special Ks, and they invited us to come play. And we brought a team of like 30, 40 kids, showed our stuff, and from there just has grown into what it is now, and now it's been a wonderful experience.
You look at this, and this is the first time in this particular situation where Atlanta United's unified team has come to the tri-state, and they're getting to go on the road. There's going to be a road trip for game number 3 in Frisco, Texas in September, home games at Mercedes-Benz. What's it been like to see the unified team get to this point to where it's road trips and it's fun on multiple levels?
I think the coolest thing about that is the kids learn so much. I mean, some of these kids haven't traveled before, having to actually take care of themselves, doing all the day-to-day, get a hold of my baggage, go with my partners, do all that kind of stuff is a great, great learning experience. And also just being in a different city. I mean, when we were flying in today, they're all looking for the Statue of Liberty. They're looking for the tall buildings. I mean, it's just wonderful.
And at the same time, they get to practice at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training facility.
Yep.
And they have players like Brad Gazan from the first team that get to kind of be mentors and coaches and these kinds of things. I mean, literally, it is one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences across the board.
Oh, totally. The players all come out usually once or twice a season. They'll come out, they'll actually get involved in our practices. So they actually play. They're just not sitting on the sides, just kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm here. Most of the guys are wonderful. They get involved. They want to play. They'll scrimmage. They'll give tips to all the guys. So, and girls. Don't forget, we do have girls on the team, so I shouldn't really say that.
Well, and you've got some great girls defensively that have helped things out. I mean, literally, you got players that come in waves and really do well offensively and defensively across the board. What's it been like to see the game itself grow with the unified teams to where the skill levels are where they are?
That's the one thing that if you watched this probably 2 years ago, you'll see a huge, huge improvement. Where before it was a kick and then the players would just kind of find the ball. If you watch today's game, you really can see them think about the game, just like our pros going, wait a minute, backwards is the right thing, a pass. It wasn't just one touch and a kick, and that's been an evolution over the last 2 years that the players have really made, and you could really, really see it today.
And one of the other things that folks may not know is that there's an all-star component to this. A couple of Atlanta United's players are going to be representing Atlanta United on the All-Star Weekend. You're going to be a part of it as well. When you got the phone call that you're going to be a part of All-Star Weekend, what was that like?
That was really surprising because it's been a dream. Get to go work with all these other coaches. Like Martin's going to be there, who we met today. So we'll bring all those players together, partners together, and do an inclusion thing where all of a sudden now these people are experiencing things from all over the world, not all the world, but all over the country, different dialects, different ways to play, different everything. And I think it's going to be a wonderful experience.
And with the players as well, I know that it was really cool last time out at the home match against Charlotte where the announcement was made on the Jumbotron after the match where you got players going to MLS All-Star. Once again, we talk about the once-in-a-lifetime thing. Talk about finding out that you're going to All-Star on the turf at Mercedes-Benz. Very, very cool.
Very cool. And then Liam, who was picked today, if you were watching the game, was his first ever goal for Atlanta United. That's why he was going crazy. He's been playing for like 3 years now and been trying to get a goal and finally getting one. I mean, what a day for him. It was awesome.
And Hernandez, who had a brace within a couple of minutes, did you give him the green light? Because Jason and I, when we were calling the match, did he get a green light pretty much from anywhere to chase the hat trick?
Yes. Oh yeah. We gave all of them to go after the goals. It was a tight game. 3-2. Well, no.
3-1.
3-1.
Right.
So that's a tight game. We need a couple more goals, so we just let them shoot from everywhere.
When it comes to the sport in and of itself, it's really cool to see the camaraderie with the other players and the other teams across the board. It's a genuine love of each other and a genuine love of the game that comes across out there. It's not just, we're going to beat them and we're just going to, beat them into submission. It's a unifying kind of a thing, pardon the pun.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think one of the best things that the groups do is we all get together the day before the match and we all go do something together, whether it's bowling. We did a little mini golf one time, but then they all intermix and they talk, and that's the beauty. And all of a sudden there are people who have friendships to this day from those days that they text each other still to this day, which is awesome.
All right, bowling. I gotta ask about this.
Oh.
One lane in particular, it was a bunch of heavyweights, and they were trying to outdo each other. I mean, that one lane with all of that firepower over there. I mean, It was a real competition with your players.
Well, did you see the trick play?
Which one?
The trick play where he was holding a piece of pizza.
Oh, yeah.
And then rolled a strike and turned around and he's holding a piece of pizza. I mean, what better than that?
Well, and it wasn't just that. It wasn't just the one player on 15. I want to say, who was it? I want to say it was Chapman who did the same thing too. And she was just as successful. And then, of course, when she stopped eating the pizza, her game, she's having to fight for spares and things. And I told her, I'm yelling at her. It's like, it's because you didn't eat the pizza while you were doing it.
Well, and then Alex Eberle got I don't know what they call it when you get 3 strikes in the 10th frame.
Turkey.
You got a turkey. I mean, come on, what better does it get than that?
How would you like to see unified play continue to grow across Major League Soccer? How would you like to see it continue to grow and evolve?
I'd love to see all the teams get to 12v12. I mean, I think 11v11, excuse me. I think that would be the best. It would be a good game. Then you could go anywhere. Now, some teams are playing 5v5, 7v7, 9v9, so it's kind of a mix. That would allow you, one, to have more kids to participate, because if you're playing 11v11, you're going to have a squad of 20 kids. If you're playing 5v5, you got a squad of 12 maybe? So I think that's probably the biggest thing. And it's the closest to I shouldn't call it real soccer, but closest to traditional soccer.
How many teams currently in Major League Soccer, to the best of your knowledge, have unified teams, and how many are missing them?
That I don't know. I know that there are probably 4 teams that are willing to play 11v11.
Mm-hmm.
Ourselves, Charlotte, Dallas, and there's at least one more. Most of all the others are in that 7v7 range right now.
So then how would you sit there and say, all right, you're at the lectern. You've got an open mic.
Yep.
You have all of the representatives from all of the Major League Soccer teams in the pit below you, in the auditorium. What would you say to convince the teams that don't have it to bring it on as a part of their program?
Actually, I would send you the email that I received from one of our players who played. And he turned into a coach. And he hasn't played with us for a year or two, and actually sent myself and the coordinator an email telling us do a great job, want the kids to play great. Out of the blue, no parents, no nothing. That is the kind of inspiration that you give these kids, and why not give it to as many as you can?
Marty Jelleme, the head coach of the Atlanta United Unified Squad, winners against Red Bulls, 3-1 at Red Bull Arena. What was it like playing here at Red Bull Arena?
Red Bull was great. I mean, it's one of the few places we played on grass, too. So the kids have never done that. So that was really cool. And it was a nice early match, so we got the beautiful day.
1-0-1 before the match in September against FC Dallas. Thanks for hanging out for a 1v1. Go and enjoy as we're taping this, the second half. We need some goals for the first tape.
Fantastic. Thank you. Maybe we'll send Anthony out there, see what he can do for him.